The Tennessee Vols are coming out of the bye week and jumping right back into SEC play at the Arkansas Razorbacks on Saturday. And I'm going to tell you why I think this is Tennessee's biggest challenge so far this season. Hey, it's Lucas Panzica from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. Look, is Arkansas a better, more overall talented team than Oklahoma? Probably not, but there are a couple of aspects about this matchup that I think make it Tennessee's tallest task. Number one, this is the best offense that this Tennessee defense will have faced all season, and that's not a very high bar. NC State and Oklahoma have not brought offensively what we thought they would before the start of the season. NC State has been dreadful since the Vols blew them out in Charlotte. Meanwhile, Oklahoma is dead last in the SEC in scoring offense. They benched five-star quarterback Jackson Arnold in that game against the Vols and have not seen him since. Arkansas boasts the number 4 scoring offense in the SEC, putting up over 35 points per game, and they have the conference's lead rusher in Jaquindon Jackson with over 500 rush yards and 9 touchdowns. Not to mention, the Boise State transfer at quarterback Talon Green is an absolute weapon in the run game. He's got over 300 rush yards on the season. And don't forget who calls the plays for this Arkansas offense under head coach Sam Pittman. It's Bobby Petrino, the best offensive mind by far that Tennessee will have faced so far this season. Now, the key here for the Vols is to take away the run, especially from quarterback Talon Green. Force him to beat you with his arm. Green is second worst in the SEC among starting quarterbacks in QB rating, so that's going to be the key for this Tennessee defense, which has been elite so far this season, to stifle an Arkansas offense that's been putting up some impressive numbers. The second thing that I think makes this the tallest task for Tennessee this season is the environment that they're walking into. I know Tennessee's already been to Norman, but most people that went to that game, whether covering it or as a fan, left feeling a little bit disappointed at the environment that was brought at Oklahoma in their first ever SEC game, the Josh Heupel homecoming. It felt like the environment wasn't as hostile as we're used to in the SEC. Meanwhile, in Fayetteville, Arkansas's got one of the more underrated environments in the entire conference, and this fan base, just like this football team, is going to be hungry and desperate. They've lost already in a heartbreaker in overtime against Oklahoma State. They dropped what felt like a winnable game against Texas A&M in Dallas. This crowd is going to be buzzing. Tennessee has got to take care of the football. Do not let the crowd get into it with the defense forcing turnovers. And it's an Arkansas defensive backfield that's been impressive this season, forcing 6 interceptions, 3 of them alone by star cornerback TJ Metcalf. Tennessee's got to control the game and protect the football, try to take the crowd out of it as much as possible and get off to a good start, something Arkansas has struggled a little bit with this year in first quarter scoring margins. Tennessee's got to make sure its offensive tackle depth is healthy as well, as Lance Hurd on the left side and John Campbell on the right side try to get back to 100% to protect Nico Iamaleava. But how the young quarterback handles this road environment will be very critical. So far, the early returns are good, as he did a nice job in Oklahoma, but this might be something that Nico has not seen yet as the starting quarterback of the Vols. This is a take care of business type of game for Tennessee. It's easy to look ahead at Florida next week, and then, of course, Alabama the week after that, but Tennessee cannot get to the college football playoff if it does not handle these type of opponents. So the Vols will have to be ready on the road against what might be the toughest test of the 2024 season to this point.